going to show you how to cover your rivet heads with these caps. Cut a 1/2 inch disc and make these caps with my doming device. And there's different sizes you can make depending on how you want the cap covered. Okay, and I'm using some Stay Bright. Going to put it in the center of each cap. Just a drop or two is fine. And we'll be using 400-degree solder on this. I just got it in this clip, and I'm using a little micro torch. It don't take much heat on these. And you just kind of heat it up, and just as soon as that solder turns a little bit brown, you can go ahead and add a little bit of, as soon as the flux turns a little bit brown, you can go ahead and add a little bit of solder. And you don't want to put a whole lot in there. You just want enough in there to where it will adhere to the rivet head cover good. If you over flood it with solder, then it's a chance of it getting into your rowel and so forth. So just a little bit in there, and we're ready to put it on the spur. Okay, I've got my holder back out. There's the rivet I'm going to put this cover on. I've got it held by the shank. I'm going to put just a drop or two here on the rivet, and then we'll put a little bit in the cap. And this is that Stay Bright liquid. And then on this I'm going to use my torch with a small tip, because it takes a little more heat to heat the shank of the spur up. And I've just got my steel push rod on top of it, and as soon as it sets down, which is when the solder melts, that's when I'll stop and cool it off. And you might be able to see that here. It kind of jumps a little bit when it sets down on there. I just heat around it, not too much on it, and I don't want to overheat my overlay down on that end. But okay, right there you saw the vise jump a little bit. That's when the solder melted and sat down on the rivet cover. So at that point you can cool it off, and you're pretty much done, other than cleaning it up some. Make sure you spin your rowel. Make sure you didn't get no solder into the rowel area. And there you go. It makes for a real nice trim piece on spurs.